Hey Celesteela, how are you? What are your hobbies? Do you even talk, bro? Not really memorable, no character, and zero charisma. Hey Sophocles, we just found your soulmate!
Pokemon Ranger, I choose you!
What's up, mighty boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Today, we are launching into space, sort of, with episode 69.
69.
The Shining Starship Celesteela. First of all, guys, I'm really sorry for uploading this late, but I'm helping a friend with moving houses, so yeah, a lot to do, really sorry. Anyway, a lot of you people told me on Twitter that this is finally the one episode. The one which finally gives Sophocles some justice. But is that really true? Well, if you want to know more, then grab some popcorn, grab some cookies, and let's do this! So how do you start such an episode? Of course, with some family time. Family Sophocles camping on top of Bamboo Hill, admiring the night and especially the moon. Well, at least the parents do, but our little friend Sophocles wants to wait till the perfect timing has arrived for the moon to reach its most beautiful showcase. Oh, a romantic guy. Ladies, he's still available. No? Sadly, he wouldn't even recognize any ladies around him, since he quickly fell asleep. But luckily, he woke up at the perfect timing. Glaring at the pretty night sky, he then gets even more romantic and decides to tell his lady, and by lady I mean Togedemaru, and oh yeah, Charjabug is also there, about his favorite fairy tale, called Starship Tekkaguya, which can be summed up like this. Alien arrives, finds Earth parents, alien dries out the land, people get mad at alien, alien flies away, leaves behind plenty of healthy bamboo canes. Happy end. One individual is confused, the other is super into his story. So into it that he recognized that parts of the terrain aren't full of bamboo greatness. Togedemaru falls from the cliff, Sophocles tries to save her, and thanks to all that, in the middle of the night, they discover Starship Tekkaguya buried in the sand, which Sophocles, of course, has to report to his friends. And while Ash, Lily, and Rotom, and yes, we sadly have to accept Rotom Dex as a member of the crew, are hyped about this discovery, Kiawe, Marlo, and especially Lana don't really seem to take him seriously. Oh, my 3 favorite characters from the Sun and Moon anime do the same thing I always do. We don't take Sophocles serious at all. Anyway, they arrive, to the displeasure of the ladies. Mr. Irrelevant tricks them into digging out the Pokemon, followed up by a montage of the guys working like men, while the girls are digging out the Pokemon with cute, adorable little shovels. Aww. Not wanting to be as irrelevant as his trainer, Charjabug calls for help and his friends then help him. Why? Because standing in front of the humongous rocket, the gang quickly comes to the conclusion that Starship Tekkaguya might be an Ultra Beast, and Lily immediately wants to tell her mom. But then our hero of the day intervenes, because just like in the fairy tale, he wants to help Kaguya to fly back to the moon, while also wanting to research it. So please don't tell your mom! If you don't want sexy Lucimi to find out about it, you should catch it, and if you can't, at least hide it. But Lily, remember the intelligent one, totally agrees with Sophocles and even tells him that what he's saying is totally logical. Oh girl, I'm so disappointed at you. After a whole night of research, our chubby friend comes to the conclusion that this Pokemon is at least 200 years old. Kiawe, it's older than my grandpa!
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
How can we escape this madness? I know. Ultra Guardian alert! Ding 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 ding! Recycled animation! Followed up by sexy Zordon Lucamine reporting to the Rangers that they discovered an Ultra Beast. Of course you did! Because it was left wide open in the wilderness. And who actually came up with that genius idea of digging up the Pokemon and leaving it? Where was I again? Sophocles and the others quickly admit that it was them who discovered and digged out the Ultra Beast. But instead of being angry at the kids handling an Ultra Beast on their own, Wick reveals that because the Ultra Beast reminds them of the Starship Tekkaguya tale, they named it Tekkaguya, aka Celesteela. So the episode has showcased to us in the beginning of how much Sophocles loved the fairy tale. So shouldn't he be the one naming the Pokemon? Like back then with Lily, who named Nebby because Nebby reminded her of stars and the clouds, which she really loves? So if Lily can have that privilege, why not Sophocles as well? Moving on, the Ava team now tells our crew that according to their research, Celesteela appeared long time ago and has been absorbing nutrients for 200 years. So Sophocles researching all night to find out that the UB is 200 years old meant nothing to the story because the AFA team already found that out themselves. Oh, the poor guy. But they found out even more, mainly that thanks to the absorption, it builds up gas, and if there's enough gas, it can fly while also leaving massive destruction. Which basically means it can destroy entire landscapes by farting. Seriously guys, I'm really honored to appear in the anime, but man, I'm not that big. And what do you do to stop that destructive fart? You send out your Power Rangers. Ultra, fuck. Recycle animation, part 2. They soon arrive at the place of well-smelling events, attempt to catch Celesteela, which fails because it's too strongly rooted into the ground. And after realizing that the Ultra Beast will soon release its gas, Sophocles and Lily come up with the idea to build a wall.
Build that wall. Build that wall. Build that wall.
Around the Ultra Beast to reduce the massive explosion from Celesteela's back door. Unfortunately, Team Rocket, who was spying on our heroes, decided to go after Sophocles' friend because it's a rocket Pokemon. Anyway, yeah. Ash and Kyowa are keeping Team Rocket busy, while our ladies build a wall so solid that even Donald Trump would be speechless. Celesteela then is ready to take off with an explosion so strong that Team Rocket nearly got caught by it. Funny beware moment, and the episode ends with our heroes saying goodbye to our Fort Lord. That's the end of the episode, and just like always, let's leave the stratosphere and enter the ratings. What can I say about the story? The second half was really good. I loved the teamwork, and what I especially loved was how this episode has used its cast. Sophocles and Lily came up with the wall, and the girls then built that wall by using their right Pokemon to their fullest extent. And I freaking love that. Also, I liked that finally, and thank God, Sophocles actually showed something but being useless. He showed a lot of effort of something he really loved, which was the whole fairy tale of Celesteela. He had passion for that story, he was helpful, and even showed something which I never would have imagined in my wildest fucking dreams. Leader skills. He was a real leader. But sadly, that also leads me to my first negative. Sophocles' passion, effort, and leader skills. That came out of fucking nowhere! Where was this guy within 68 episodes? Sorry guys, I'm a little bit angry, but really? You don't show any kind of progression for this guy, because before all this, he was the most irrelevant, annoying, and invisible member of the cast. And now we have to accept this amazing characterization? Hell to the fuck no! Sophocles' characterization is amazing if you only look at this episode alone. And why was this version of Sophocles amazing? Because he had a goal. His goal was to protect the Ultra Beast and to fulfill the fairy tale. This goal actually meant something to him. But now Celesteela is gone. What next? Will he return to his old self just like Lily did after the 8th arc? Or will this finally be the stepping stone for something great? I hope that it's the latter one, but matter of fact is, I'm not angry about Sophocles getting amazing development. I'm angry because it's not justified at all if we consider his past. And I'm angry at the writers because it's obvious that they were able to easily fix the Sophocles problem by doing something I'm telling you guys over and over again. Give him a goal! Give him something so that he has a purpose in the anime instead of ignoring the guy for 68 episodes. So with my little rant being over, what else was not so good? As good as the second half was, the first half of the episode was awful. It started good with Sophocles describing his love for the fairy tale, but soon after that, the rest of the first half did not make any sense. He finds this humongous Ultra Beast, and instead of telling Lusamine right away, he wants to keep it a secret by digging it up and openly showing it so that nobody can overlook the damn thing. Then the story builds up how much he loves this fairy tale, just to slap him in the face by letting the Aether guys name the Pokemon after his beloved fairy tale, instead of letting Sophocles himself name the goddamn Pokemon, like Lily did with Nebby. And then they show us in the first half that he really works all night to find out something amazing about that Pokemon, that it's 200 years old, only to find out that somebody else already knew about that fact, aka the Aether guys. So even though the first half showed that Sophocles can show passion and effort for something he loves, and I really appreciate that. Why then let the Aether Foundation steal all the glory away from the guy? I don't understand this kind of storytelling. And last but not least, let's talk about the UB itself, Celesteela. So far, this might be the most disappointing Ultra Beast in Sun and Moon. Both Buzzwole and Purple left a better impression on myself, because they actually had character. They're cheesy, funny, annoying, whatever you want. And now with that in mind, what exactly is Celesteela's most outstanding character? It likes the moon. Ooh, it likes the moon. I think it's because that unlike the two other UBs, this UB story is a little bit more emotional. But that still doesn't justify not having any personality at all. For the most part, they treated Celesteela like an object instead of an actual Pokemon with feelings. And no, eating nutrients to build up and release gas does not make it a character. It's just a funny concept. So, I said a lot about this episode. If I would only rate the second half, plus the characterization of Sophocles in this episode, I would give it a 10 out of 10. If I would only rate it based on Celesteela, the confusing writing of the first half, and the fact that Sophocles' characterization is not only not justified, but also could have been easily fixed by the writers long time ago, 3 out of 10. Mix everything together, divide by 2, 6.5 out of 10. What can I say about the focus? The title is called The Shining Starship Celesteela. So, according to the anime, the viewers should care most about the whole fairy tale surrounding Celesteela. And I agree. That fairy tale was the main reason why Sophocles, in my opinion, has improved and hopefully will improve more. Thanks to that fairy tale, we have seen sides of this guy we have never seen before. But I gotta cut off some points because even though the tale in itself is interesting and led to a lot of good things, Celesteela itself is super boring. Without that tale, it just would be an object which our heroes have to stop. But since the positives this time outweigh the negatives, 7 out of 10. Last but not least, animation. I will make it short. Not much. In fact, like I predicted in my review of the first Ultra Guardian episode, I said that thanks to the Ultra Guardian concept having a transformation segment just like the Power Rangers, they found a reason for reusing animation, and they did. I can't blame them, because that's the best way to handle it, since animation is a tough job and recycled animation makes that job easier. But it's still not impressive, and they even recycled the Guardians taking flight with their right Pokemon, and combine that with a rather lackluster amount of animation highlights, 7 out of 10. So this episode scores a 6.83 out of 10. What a weird number. With the recommendation to actually watch it. Yes, there were a lot of things which really pissed me off in this episode, but just seeing Sophocles being amazing just once makes it really worth it. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this review, and just like always, see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!